about, and it reminded me, you shared with me earlier, you have 3 M's of making a philosophy. Do you want to share with us a little bit more about that? What are these 3 M's that you have?
Metaphorical, meaningful, and memorable.
And tell us a little bit more about that. What do those mean in terms of making a teaching philosophy?
Oh, well, this may be a weird quirk of mine, but I think in metaphors. I always think in metaphors, and pop music, by the way. But in metaphors, I'm constantly thinking about how something is like something else and how their characteristics match up. And I do this probably because it's easier for me to explain something if I can connect it to something with which the students are familiar. And even when I was playing teacher with my little sisters, I did the same thing. I would connect it to something that they knew, like in cartoons, and it would work. And so it helps them. It gives them an image that they can relate to and understand. I have so many metaphors, and it depends on the group, older students, younger students. But just one recently that I was talking with somebody, we were talking about philosophy statements in class. And I said, oh, I'm like a gardener because my job is to help you grow to become the teacher you want to be. I fertilize you, I give you a lot of sunshine, things like that. And they had fun with that. They liked that idea. And that kind of launched an aha moment where they all became people who said, oh, I'm a teacher. And then they would tell me what they were. And one of the ones that I liked, and this student was a particular firefighter, but he said, I'm a firefighter because I'm going to lead the students to the safe classroom so that they can learn. And I got so excited because they were so excited about this. I am this, I am that, and they had to connect. And teaching and an attribute of the classroom, and then bring in their teaching philosophy. What does this mean? So that worked out well. And it's fun. It's a fun activity. And then meaningful. And I think this is important because we have a lot of palaver, a lot of talk all the time from people. We're input all the time from words. Words have to have meaning. And one way to give words meaning is to use context. And that's where the metaphors come back in too, because it's a relatable context. But it's the same idea. And as I shared with you earlier about my social constructivism, I have to be able to back that up. And so I have to talk about what that means in the classroom. It has to have meaning, not just the term, oh, I know a new term. It's a wonderful term to know that I learned in teacher school, but also what does that look like in my classroom? I might use Socratic circles. My students might have discussion. They may have they may present information. The point is they get to learn by sharing through talking. And what that does, when you have meaningful experiences that tie back to your teaching philosophy, is it becomes memorable. In all reality, and Venice, maybe you can support this, when a job opening is posted, especially right now online, they get perhaps hundreds of applications. And so if you are writing a cover letter, which can also kind of stealthily share teaching philosophy, or even just if you're sending the teaching philosophy alone, you can make it meaningful and memorable by using words that have concrete, precise words. Not just, I like to teach, but I teach because I believe, and then you go on and talk about it there. Because you want to be memorable. And when you have, as I said before, somebody screening applicants, and they want the applicant that stands out. And one of the ways you can stand out is use a metaphor. Use words that are strong and concrete, and create an image in the reader's eye. I mean, in the reader's mind. So